Never make no promise. Never make no promise that you can't keep. Y'all get through here. Get on in here, y'all. Yeah, I know y'all ain't sleep. Well, some of y'all ain't sleep. You know, I can tell y'all that. Yeah, yeah. But if you didn't know, that check. Busting down bills, I don't need no check. Busting down bills, I don't need no check. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Busting down bills, I don't need no check. Hummer in the Jacob. Hummer in the Jakey. Y'all get through here. When you get here, stomp on that like button when you get in here, cause this ain't where you come and come through here and not get on that like button. Damn, what's wrong with my computer? Is this motherfucker just dead? Oh no. Oh, there it go. Hummer in the Jacob. Booming off the chain. Booming off the chain. Booming off the chain, talking about 10 bricks. Golden Child, what's going on? I see you. See you up early in the I see you up early in the morning too, huh? Well, I already told y'all I can't sleep. I don't know. I just can't, y'all. I can't sleep. I cannot sleep. I cannot. And it's not because, for the day I got a little bit of sleep. So I get a little bit of sleep here, I get a little bit of sleep there. I take me a little nap, stuff like that. But as far as the nighttime, I'm yeah, I'm juiced up, man. I'm juiced up. I'm fired up, man. And I'm rolling too. And it's like, I got my channels jumping. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going the way I think it should be going, you know. And I ask myself, I say, well, damn, why didn't I, what I'm saying? Why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I do that when I was doing this? Why was I doing that? Only God knows why he, you know, keeps and he does stuff, for your protection. That's why. Sometimes you might want to ask yourself that. We love you real, Golden Child. You know I love you. Cash out, right. So, yeah, I'm just in here. I was just in here, and I was getting some downloads, and some downloads was coming to me, and I've been sitting back, really trying to put this stuff together. And I know it's people out there that's real, like, they excited. Well, I don't know if they're excited, but they kind of like disturbed or thrown off behind what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? How what I'm talking about. They think, well, people is doing this. Well, they just decided that this was the time, and all that type of stuff. Well, people's starting to do. No, no, no. It's not people. When it come down to me, it's a whole nother ball game. But there's other people out here in that stuff too. Yes, other people out here, man, in this stuff, and they, it's some people right now in their season, and they on their journey in their season, on their part of their journey that they may be, out there, and they may be going through a season of isolation, but only the strongest survive, you know. Um, but many a times well, I wasn't gonna like give up or nothing like that, but many times I sat back and just wondered, what I'm saying, what's going on, how this stuff is going on. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff come with this stuff, man. And especially when God when God pick you to be, he gonna tighten you up, because everything else is just a distraction. So if I was to go and do whatever, then I wouldn't have been in isolation, right? So most people be like, well, why he don't got this, and why he ain't go buy that, and why he ain't going around, nigga? That's not isolation. There's a reason in the season for all this stuff. There's a time and a place for everything. See, yeah, it's a time to get dressed. It's a time to go to the bank. It's a time to get the money. It's time to go pick up money. It's time to move around, spend some money. It's time to go make money. Yeah, it's a time to have shit. It's a time to, and then when it's time for you to boss up, and when it's time for you to have clarity for your life, for yourself, that's another thing. So that's why it be it be happening like that. Good for you, real. You deserve it. Right, right, right. Yeah, it's all deserving. It's all deserving. But I'm gonna get off into this right quick, and we're gonna get off into some shit, check some shit out. So we can get a clear understanding about a few things. Um, for people that maybe um in that, and when I say that, I mean that. Yeah. hmm See, that's what it's all about. And I know people is really, yeah, I know people is really out of control right now. And I know it's a lot going on and all that kind of stuff. But I tell you what, once you go through once you go through isolation, God will, when He delivers you and He blesses you with the power that He's gonna give you, right? After that, you like a mighty force, you like a mighty machine, right? Uh, your clarity is at an all time high. Your psychic ability is at an all time high. Your discernment is on an all time high, right? So you come out way more powerful, and he give you these abilities that you didn't really see that you had, right? And then he shows you the light. He shows you the power. So, like me, I used to be like a misunderstanding. I was kind of like I was connected to some shit, but I was disconnected, right? But now I can kind of realize and kind of see that uh you know what? Yeah, it is something it is a light at the end of the tunnel. It is something at the end of all this, right? Because I was able to connect right now. So where I can have a better, what I'm saying? I feel a lot better about life and death. You hear me? Because at first I didn't feel too good about death or nothing like that. Well, I didn't understand, and I didn't know if it was gonna be like, if a motherfucker was playing on my intelligence or if I was just going throwing me for a loop and shit like that. But what they showed me, they gave me confirmation that it's some people, that it's some real stuff going on, and you're gonna be all right in this life and in the next life. See? So when you connect it, then you'll understand a lot of things. Smoking insurance sticks in Vegas, right. You riding trolley carts, man. Boss up. Right. No, man, they out there. See, it's a lot of them, right? A lot of people, they don't understand what this is, right? So, um, during the season of isolation, you know, that's time for him to work. That's time for him to work with you. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I really mean that. Glow, Nisha, what's going on? I see you. Yeah, big old guy. Right. Hypno bike. What's going on, man? I see you. Right. Boss up. That's what I'm telling them. Boss up. Because it's a lot of haters out there right now. Like I said, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. And all the haters come running to me like I'm some type of I don't know what they think I am, but I guess they didn't understand like my concept of what I was doing or stuff like that. So they was coming to test it to see if it if I was the same person that I was when they was dealing with me, but I'm not the same person. I'm better than what I was before. I'll be quick to do something to you, or I'll be quick to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be quick to turn up, and I'll be quick to do something to you. But that in my mind, that ain't the thing. That ain't my thing. But if there's anybody out there that want to do a little scratching, call Aiden Ross. Somebody contact Aiden Ross, and we can go and we can do some scratching. Put the gloves on, and all you suckers. A lot of y'all like ass, but if it's somebody that's a heavyweight, you understand what I'm talking about, like me, and you think you want to roll or something like that, call Aiden Ross. You a hater? You think you know me? And if you a hater from around in this thing like this, and you think you cute, call Aiden Ross. Get the money together, right? We go in the ring. I'm gonna knock your ass out. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna knock you out with the power of God. Because a lot of you niggas don't even believe in God. You believe in something else. And you being served by something else. And God is handing you niggas, God is serving you niggas on a platter right now to the world to see you niggas. Right? So God ain't on y'all side, right? But that's all. That's all you can do. And that's all I'm gonna do, right? Because the reason why um that's all is because, you know, yeah, you ain't gonna trick me off the streets or none of that. Cause I know you ain't worth nothing. Hell, God don't even want you. Your family don't even want you. You ain't got nobody. You ain't got no bitch. You ain't got no sister. You ain't got no auntie. You ain't got no love. I got bitches all over the United States. I could take off from this motherfucker and boss up, nigga. I got real shit going on, but it ain't about all that. I got love because I give love. I've been loving motherfuckers for years. I ain't never been no hater. You know, I always been, what I'm saying, who I was, who I am. And no, you don't know the connections. Pastor Nine, what's going on? I see you. Right, 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 right. What's going on, Pastor Nine? I ain't seen you in a while. You know. Okay, 5 reasons why God is isolating you. You know. Um, you know, when he decides that he wants to show you the right way, because a lot of stuff was supposed to been taken care of already. A lot of stuff was supposed to been in order long time ago. But when you out here and you just doing whatever you do and stuff like that, and you not uh doing what you're supposed to do, and sometimes you could be just, you could be thrown off, and then you can get lost in this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you get lost, you know what I'm saying, he got to come back and find you. He got to come find you. He ain't got to find you. He just gonna come get. He know where you at. Yeah, that's it. He gonna come get you. When he come get you, then he gonna take you to where you need to go, and then from there, then see once he isolates you, and then he boss you up. Once he boss you up, then oh, it's over. It's over after that. Yeah, it's over after that. That's when you gonna find yourself in your winning season. See, yeah, you gonna find yourself in your winning season. I be checking in. We know what's up. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. We over here on this channel. But like I say, what's today? The fifth or the fourth? Let me see. 4, 13. Is that 13? Yeah, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 13. So yeah, and in a couple weeks we gonna be over there on my main channel. In a couple weeks we'll be back where we originally started. Now I was gonna come and I was gonna throw the cards, right? But I figured, well, it's only it's the middle of the night. Well, it's the middle of the night in Cali. It's the middle of the night in America, right? Well, what time is it? 4. It's 7 in the morning in New York. So, I could be throwing cards right now, but I ain't gonna trip. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw cards in the daytime. Yeah, I'm gonna throw cards. I'm gonna throw cards today. You know, in several hours. That's what I'm gonna do. But I figure right now I come. And I'll just rock me a little show. Shedding light on this topic. You know, um, I love when you throw the cards. Right, 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 right. Everybody do because it's a story to be told in that realm. Yeah, it's a story to be told. And I notice a lot of people don't understand nothing, but a lot of people don't believe in nothing. So a person with no belief system, a person with nothing, you know, if you look around, they don't really have nothing. They don't really have too much of nothing. We don't be trying to we don't be trying to force nothing, make nobody see nothing. It's like they're gonna have to go through it to get to it. You might get shit, man, ain't no telling. You know what? And God, He chooses who He want to work with. A lot of people, He not gonna even work with you, because you don't even have the spirit to be worked with. So people wonder what damn, He should, you know, um allow everybody, but everybody don't understand and everybody don't believe. And that's the thing right there. Yeah, and that's real. Know what we got in here? Proverbs. Oh, we got some Bible scriptures up in this motherfucker. Mhm. Okay, so we must never think God will lead us. Um, to always be isolated. Sometimes prolonged isolation can be an attack from Satan, the results of sins committed against us, or even as a consequence for our own sins. Right, right. See, pockets of our time in our lives where God will intentionally lead us into a season of isolation for a specific purpose that is very healthy, right? That's what I'm talking about right there. However, however, there are pockets of time in our lives where God will intentionally lead us into a season of isolation for a specific purpose that is very healthy. Did you get that? Right? Now, what I've been talking about. I've been talking about health in this bitch. I know I have. I really have been talking about health. Well, my health, other people's health too, you know. But you can't control people. You can't make nobody do nothing. If motherfuckers want poison and whatever, if they want to digest poison, then fuck them. Let them digest poison. Let them digest poison if that's what they want, right? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, you can't make this stuff up. Now, don't worry about it. I was just getting me a little bit of I was getting me a little bit of what's that damn shit? Yeah, electrolytes. I was getting me a little electrolytes in me, y'all. Boy, it's a hell of a thing to um come from a place where you drinking liquor like water and you barely drink water. If you drink some liquor today, then you might drink a little bit of water to, try to flush it a little bit. But then right after that, the next day or the day after that, you right back at the shit again. So you not really getting the proper hydration. You not really getting the proper nutrition. Well, you probably getting the proper nutrition, but you not really healthy. And that's what it's all about. It's about being healthy. Um, but yeah, this shit getting deep. On everything, you one of my favorites when it comes to the cards. Right, right. Like I say, we're gonna throw them. Like I say, it's kind of it's like 4 in the morning, so I throw the cards. I cut on my lights and all my shit. I gotta get up and all that, and you know, it's morning time. It's a few people up and stuff like that. So I said, well, fuck it, I'll just wait till the daytime and I'll come in fresh and I'll throw them and stuff like that. But I just wanted to do a little. I just wanted to do a little intel. I just wanted to do a little research, and I just wanted to do a little bit of uh, investigations on this stuff because I always heard of it, but I never really thought about it. I never really even liked the sound of it. Really, you know, I never liked the sound of it, but I do understand that everybody has a story, and all those stars, they all have a story when they was in, like I say, when they was in isolation. You see, sleeping in cars and shit. But then now they multimillionaires. They multimillionaires, superstars. Yep, they got their name on the Hollywood concrete, on the stars in Hollywood and all that stuff. They come from nothing, but see, God had to put the favor on them. That boy thought you was trying to high size on him by telling people to go to follow his channel. What you mean, big old guy? I don't get it for real. No, what you mean? Because I don't even tell people, hey, go follow this person and go do this and that. I don't even do that shit. Even though people do it when I, pull up on people, they be like, yeah, go follow him, y'all, and go do whatever and whatever. But like that ain't my thing. Like I'm not here for people. If I come fuck with you, it's cause I'm coming to holler at you. I'm not coming to holler at you to feed off your chat or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hell no, I don't do that. You know, but um, follow his channel. But if I told some people to go follow somebody's channel, then that was a good thing. That was a blessing on their behalf. Because usually I don't even do that shit, and then I don't even, you know, that ain't my thing. And I don't really got time for all that shit because that's what these dudes be on this internet doing. They be wanting to piggyback. They be wanting to tap in all the shit. Like I got multiple channels. I go live on one channel. They on that channel. I go live on another channel. They right there. They talking. They typing. They trying to express themselves. Really, they're not trying to express themselves. They trying to be the light. They trying to take the light, my light. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool and shit. But it's really disrespectful. It's really some sucker shit, really, if you think about it. But I don't be tripping. I ain't trying to gatekeep nothing. If you gonna boss up, you gonna boss up. But 9 times out of 10, the people that boss up on the internet, they boss up off their channels. They boss up off their game. They boss up off their own light. One thing I learned in spirituality, it was that I learned that um you will always need your own candle to work with. And I learned that you never work off nobody else's candle. Never. Right? And we all know candles are significant in this game, but since the days of slavery. But as we progress forward, in this, um, we don't, use, you can't use somebody else's candle to work. You got to fuck with your own light in the spirit realm, So that's something that people need to really understand about themselves is that they got to fire their own candle up and they got to believe in what they believe in and they got to go off their own light. You know what I'm saying? They got to work off their own candle. So if you light a candle and you got some shit set up, I can't come and try to, put nothing in the candle or try to use that light as my light. You know what I'm saying? Like it's working. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's your candle. You bought it, you cleansed it, you prayed on it, and your intention is in that candle. That's your light. And as it roll. But for anyone else to look at it and say they try to work with that and it's yours. So nobody can um, you know, nobody could use that. Nobody could take your light. Nobody could use your candle and use your power to be their power. No one could feed off of you or feed, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of that stuff going on in the world today. Motherfuckers ain't got their own light, you know, but they should. It's easy to have your own light. Deuce, he thinks his channel is doing good and don't need you. No, 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 he don't need me at all. But he'll try to do anything he can to boss up, even if his channel, even if he do got a good channel, even if he's doing good on his channel, which he is. He's doing it, he's doing well. He's doing exceptionally well. But the thing about it is, as well as he's doing, he don't recognize his own light. So he prefer to try to take another motherfucker light, turn up on a motherfucker while he's trying it, and then he'll do anything but fuck with his own power or fuck with his own light. See what I'm saying? Or pay attention to his own shit. Keep his eyes on his own paper, right? See, that's the thing about it. But see, he, like I say, he's going through all kind of stuff on this internet, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just going through shit on the internet. He going through the shit on the streets. So this shit, it's crazy when you get fucked off on the street and you get fucked off in real life and you get fucked off on the internet simultaneously. So that goes to show you it's a problem. So he got to go deep down within and see this type of stuff, right? Cause see, no one ever knew him. You know, no one knows his brother. Them niggas is just trying to get in. They just trying to get in where they fit in. You feel me? But like I say, I don't be tripping off none of that stuff, man. I really don't, bro. And at this point in my life, the way things are going and stuff like that, there's no way possible that I could, and that's real. Got Nard 42, right? Yeah, I went over there and took a look at dude. I said, man, who is this? Because I had to go see because this nigga just he just got him on his shoulders so tough. So I'm like, God damn boy, and it's just and then he's just over there trying to feed off Nard's like, all this shit. Nard kick his shit, be talking and all that other shit. But a nigga come, a nigga play a video and them niggas is they can't resist. He can't resist, bro. That nigga said, that nigga said, nigga, go on, get ready, go on. That nigga said, "Go and get ready to copyright strike me, nigga, because I'm finna play your shit. I'm finna play your shit in my van and all that other shit, right?" So he got my video playing. He sitting over there, he laughing and shit. He think I'm mad and shit. He over there laughing and shit. He like, man, these niggas crazy. But see, what he failed to realize was that I wasn't mad at all. I was just kicking game. I was just talking shit. But them niggas cannot let somebody rock their show without if I'm rocking the show and we over here laughing, we rolling, we doing numbers, oh, we just got it going on for a minute, right? And he sitting over there, he looking dumb as hell. And then he tap in and see, oh man, them niggas rolling. And then, a couple people talking about this and that, the girl, the homeboy, I'm saying the bitch, and everything like that happened. And he like, damn, man, they over there, they vibing and shit. So it's like, damn, how can I fuck with this light? Meanwhile, he on live. Meanwhile, he got his own followers over there. He got his own subscribers. He got his own uh uh people. He got his own chat going on at the same time. He live on one phone. He got another phone. He's playing my video. He playing my videos. And then he's sitting up in that motherfucker. Say he thinking I'm finna be doing all this and doing all that. Man, I'm not gonna do all that. I got my computer set up, Soulful Tarot set up right now with a copyright tool match. I got the copyright tool match component set up on my channel. So if any of my videos surface on the internet, it'll automatically catch it, flag it, and it'll let me know, hey, such and such has, some of your stuff up there or whatever. But they said, some stuff is fair use or whatever. And, this and that, this and this and this and that. So, I'm not really tripping, but I do have an AI face detector face identity on there too. So if you try to use my face in a picture or AI picture, if you try to AI my shit, or if you use my likeness, I got a likeness device set up through YouTube where my if you try to use my face and anything like that, it's gonna tell me. So they're gonna say such and such, whatever channel got your image up here. If it's a picture, it's gonna detect it. And if you try to use it with AI or something like that, it's going to detect all that shit. And it's going to let me know. And then I want to have access to be able to do some shit, right? But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. So I'm not going to just rush nobody like that. So like you say, go and get ready. No, why would I get ready? You only got one of my videos up, right? So why would I rush that when I already know what you're going to do as a response, right? So good luck at what you're doing. But if you get more uh than that, if you get more than that little one you got up there, that's fine. Keep racking them up. Keep racking them up. Rack them up. Rack them up. Rack them up. Rack them up. Get six of them. Put six of my videos up. Put six of my pictures up. Record my video. Play my videos in your shit like it's sweet, like we cool, like it's that. Yeah, keep running it up. Keep posting shit. You gonna end up. He gonna end up just like his brother. back there trying to recoup, back there trying to redo some shit. And one thing about him, he gonna be over there like that nigga Greasy. He gonna be over there like the Greasy nigga, Greasy gang nigga. Cause the Greasy gang nigga can't he can't get a foothold in this shit. He can't get back up off the ground. He got knocked on his ass. He say Greasy gang can't get up, right? Greasy gang slipping on grease. So he gonna end up in a situation like Greasy gang. Now his brother, he lose a channel every so often. He lose a channel every so many months, right? But he's got the ability to regroup and recoup and then get a new channel and get it popping, you know. But not him. Once that dude get took out, it's over for him on the internet because he's not a content creator. He's not a creator. He's just a person that move around on the internet, put him on his shoulders, or he'll steal, he'll copy, he'll play your video through the whole. He got all Nard shit on all his shit. If I was Nard, then he pay him some shit. Oh man, he got some money and shit like that. He go this, he go that. Say, he got a whole string of shit. If Nard wanted to turn up on him and say, man, you know what, fuck this nigga, and push a button on him right now, that nigga be done. That nigga be done. Last night he said you still mad about Stephanie. No, I ain't mad about Stephanie, man. Stephanie was an OG chick out of Los Angeles. And she said she worked in FedEx, shit like that. She said she had her daughter. She said her daughter always watched my videos. And her daughter came to her and was like, Mom, check out this dude right here, real life. He's funny, he's crazy, this motherfucker. He rock shows or whatever. So the mom, started watching me. And then the little boy, which is her grandson, her daughter's son, uh, watching me and shit like that. That's what she say. So, when she came to me, she was trying to get me to she was trying to get me to LA real bad. But what fucked me up, what caught my attention about her being from Los Angeles, then she tried to play it one night like she was in Hollywood. No, she tried to play it one night like she was in Beverly Hills at this badass party, drinking some expensive ass tequila and shit. What's that tequila in the white bottle? It's kind of a tall white bottle. It's got like blue design on it. It's kind of expensive. It's like $300 bottle, some shit like that. So they had some expensive, tequilas and shit up in there. It was a party. She was in there. She was like, "Yeah, man, I'm doing this and that." I'm driving trucks at the time, so I'm riding down the interstate and shit. I'm taking a look at the pictures she's sending me and shit. She like, "Yeah, I'm just over here chilling. You know what I'm saying? We drinking and shit." I'm riding down a dark road, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, "Damn, I wish I was, you know." able to just be, streets, what I'm saying? But when you doing something for real, that's when all the shit come, right? So, but at the same time, I wasn't really tripping off of her. But like I said, she was OG. She wanted to fuck with me. So, uh, Keita G, Keita G, that's my folks. Keita G, that's my folks. Keita G been around for years. Sir, watch this movie, If Only. If Only. Okay. 2004, If Only. Okay, I'm gonna watch. Let me screenshot that right quick. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it because it's a message. Everything is a message and everything. God sent people messages. Hey, but look, so Keita G, she been down for years. Keita G been down since 2019. Let's put it like that. So what's that? 26? Shit, damn, that's 6, 7 years, right? So Keita G always been there. And one night, I had to switch companies and shit like that because I'm working with them Russians and stuff. So I go to Miami and they got a terminal in Chicago too, but they also got one in Miami. But they both bullshit terminals or whatever. So I'm down in Miami that night. And I'm like, it was a rough time. I'm roughing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I'm roughing it. I had to rough it. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, I had to rough it, man. So I'm down there, but I'm determined though. I had to rough it, but I'm determined to work to get me some money. Um, God isn't made up fairy tales. Well, he may be, but your death ain't, right? So you tell me all this shit fake. Fake, 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 fake. God fake, Jesus fake. This fake, Christ fake, the devil fake. Fake, 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 fake. The bitch fake, the nigga fake. Fake, 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 fake gold, fake shoes. Fake niggas. Fake, 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 fake. Fake feeling it, right? Everything fake, but your death is real, right? So we can agree upon something. So we can all say it's fake. We can all say God ain't shit, nothing, fucking, right? But you can't say you ain't gonna die. So when you think about death, you think about God. When you think about death, you think about your return to something. And that's a deep thought. And that's not a game. And that's real. Because you're not gonna live forever. A lot of you niggas dying young. Look around y'all. Motherfuckers dying suspiciously. Young people, it's children dying, it's women dying, it's old. I mean, it's young people dying, young ladies dying, it's young men dying, it's old people dying. It's a lot of stuff, right? But for you to say, you know, a higher power or authority up over you, you know what I'm saying? The police is real, right? Motherfucker call 911 right now on your ass, and they got the drop on you. A nigga swat you. You get the police to run up on you, right? Authority, right? So you know the police real though. You go out and bother somebody, you go out and do something to somebody, you're gonna have police knocking at your door. They're gonna get your license plate, they're gonna follow you. There's cameras everywhere. When they come, they're gonna whoop your ass, they're gonna beat you up, or they'll pop you. And they're gonna drag your ass to jail, right? So that's real, right? You know that's real. So all this stuff, right, is real. So when it come down to truth and reality, then people, but then like I say, not based on, I wouldn't say Christianity or any religion or anything like that, but you do know your return is you have to return to where you come from. You got to go back. So by you having to go back to where you come from, then that should be enough for you right there to believe in something or to understand something, right? But some people don't believe in nothing. And that's why you got gang members, you got people that'll kill you for nothing, you got people that do shit to you, you got motherfuckers that's on one. You got people on substances. You got dope fiends. You got a lot of stuff going on right now. See, this is not a game. This is not a game. Hey, yeah, but anyway, so back to the girl. God is right. Back to the girl. So the girl uh came on my live one night, right? And the lady Stephanie. So she was on there, and I ain't had no problem with her. Now, like I say, I had just met her. And I'm coming through Wyoming. And as I'm coming through Wyoming, she texts me on my YouTube, and she was like, "Hey, this is Stephanie, and I been following you for a couple years, and my daughter showed me your stuff, and I just been, looking at you, and I was wanted to say this and that, and like this and that, but along with her, it was a lot of other women as well reaching out to me, and motherfuckers was on my live, and it was a lot of players, a lot of people, involved in the shit. So I'm looking at everything. And, like I said, I don't really jump to motherfuckers off the internet. I don't jump to shit off the internet. You know, matter of fact, I was supposed to have pulled up on Keita G a couple times, and I'm like, damn. But me not knowing what's going on, me not being able to talk to her, like conversations. Now I talked to her a couple times, and but not as much as I should to be able to understand who she is and who everybody is and shit like that. I just don't jump to. I don't know if you got the nigga in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you connected with. I threw some cards on her and said the nigga was taking money from her. Then she got mad. Then uh she came back a couple days later, but yeah. So I was like, man, but she never mentioned none of that shit. But anyway, uh Stephanie called herself blocking Keita G. And I'm thinking to myself, like, are you dumb? Like you a moderator, you a recent moderator. You ain't been a moderator before a couple weeks or a couple months, right? Something like that. Probably not even that. So you just came as a moderator and you think you got this type of ability to come in and block one of my moderators that's been with me for years? Like are you crazy? Are you cool? So I instantly told her, uh I said, don't do no shit like that. I said, unblock her. And so I had to unblock Kita G and stuff like that. And then Stephanie was like, "Oh, I didn't." She said, "I didn't do it." When I was downstairs in the parking lot in Miami at the hotel. So when I came out, I was talking to her, and I was on live, and I was like, "Man, what the fuck is you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, oh, oh, I talked to YouTube and they told me that it was a glitch in the system. And people was starting to get blocked from all over. And they was the block button is jammed up and the system is blocking people and all this shit." So I'm like, now you playing on my fucking intelligence. One thing I don't like is a bitch or a nigga, anybody in this world to think I'm stupid and play with me. Bitch, you think I'm Simple Simon? Bitch, because I drink liquor. You fuck you think I am. So people will play on your people will play on your intelligence. People will play on your if you drink alcohol and shit like that, yeah, that motherfuckers think you really dumb. Or they just think you a dumb nigga, period. Just for. So that's why today I smash hard. And I smash hard not to be a rude motherfucker or be evil. I smash hard to let a motherfucker know, hey, I'm with the shit. I'm on top of all this shit. I'm with the program and I'm watching and I'm on your ass. You know what I mean? Because I don't want a motherfucker to misinterpret me as if I'm a fool or somebody they can get over on, a manipulator trick out of some shit, or just do me, any kind of way, something like that. So I'm not really with that, right? So when I took her wrench, I said no. I said, hey, I said, put Kitty G shit back. And then she act like she couldn't. And just I said, no, don't worry about it. I said, let me do you a favor right quick. Let me take your wrench. And I clicked on her shit. And I took her shit and I was like, no, that's all right. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'm just gonna hold on to this wrench right quick and then we'll just do it like that. So that made her mad. But she was always like, trying to get me to come there. Well, when you come, when you come home and do this, we're gonna do this, you gonna come, yeah, I can't wait to see you and something, something. It's like, I don't know you really for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't really jump to motherfuckers like that because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's how people get killed. But what triggered it was when I seen her one day and I think she showed me a picture of her, or I don't know if it was, I think it was a picture or whatever. But she had a shirt on that said Crenshaw. It was a Nipsey Hussle shirt, right? And then I looked at that and I thought to myself, is she connected to some of them LA niggas about that Nipsey shit? Because this shit get deep. Motherfucker try to knock you off. And I'm thinking, is this nigga, did JT send this bitch with his partners, with his LA partners? Because, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of women. Motherfuckers was throwing a lot of women at me. And yeah, it was some crazy shit, man. So she got mad because I took her wrench and she seen that I was getting into it with this bitch ass nigga, right? So she decided, okay, well shit, he took his wrench. Well, I'm gonna go over here and support his enemy type shit, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. So when the bitch jumped to the nigga, that's when I said, oh, okay, this is one of these motherfucking dirty, rotten ass motherfucking bitches that's playing mind games and manipulation games. And now she's trying to use triangulation with the bitch ass nigga. And she's doing all this shit, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, let the bitch sit on over there, boy. I don't give a damn. So she went over there, and then this nigga borrowed $200 from her, never gave it back. Then he asked her for some more money. So he was acting like he wanted her. And he was acting like he was gonna hook up with her. And she was like, I guess she was trying to get the nigga to come fuck with her. Maybe she was trying to fuck with me. I don't know. But I wasn't really trying to fuck with her because, like I say, I was paranoid about a lot of shit. I wasn't scared of the bitch, but you know what I'm saying? Of women and shit like that. I was just very paranoid about the whole, little shit. So what I'm saying? I'm not finna just jump to no motherfucker. Hell no. I'm driving trucks too, like where I'm finna park the rig at. But I was like, in that city down there, damn, I forget that city, the name of that city. The city where the warehouse where the nigga lit the toilet paper warehouse on fire. And he lit it, the white boy, he lit the toilet paper, it burnt the whole warehouse up. It just happened a couple months ago. Y'all know that city down there close to LA. But anyway, so I said I was gonna go there, we was gonna meet up there, then we was gonna take it from there. We was gonna do whatever, but yeah, I just started thinking and shit. I was looking and shit. I'm like, hell no, Crenshaw. I'm looking at the Crenshaw shirt. I'm like, how the fuck you get that? Nigga, that's Nipsey Hustle shit. But LA is Crenshaw everywhere. So, maybe I was overthinking and whatever. But time will tell about everything. You know what I'm saying? So if it would have been enough time, we'd have been all right. Because like I said, I wasn't just trying to jump to no motherfucker, but there was a lot of motherfuckers on this internet that was get trying to. They wanted me to kind of jump to them and shit like that, right? So I wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing it. I was moving at my own tune and shit like that. But yeah, man, the girl went over there, man. He got a little couple $100 from the bitch. A little couple $100 from the bitch. Went and bought some dope with it and smoked this shit up. And then she trying to help him pay his bills, and help him pay his renter center. She was trying to help him pay his renter center, furniture bill, his rent. He was short on his rent. He was late. He was fucked off. Then he got evicted. But before he got evicted, he shitted on the bitch. So what he did was she finally, because at first he didn't see it. All he seen was Stephanie. So he like Stephanie. Oh yeah. So he thought he had the niggas sucker for love, niggas sucker for a bitch. That's how he lost those 50 people over there because he jumped to the bitch. But he didn't really jump to the bitch. He jumped to the greasy gang. He jumped to the greasy gang that had set up a fake account that looked and put the girl picture on it to make it look like he had broads over there. So he over there giving everybody wrenches and shit. He passing out wrenches like motherfuckers pass out free lunch and shit, right? So by him doing that, the niggas infiltrated his shit and started knocking people off over there, right? So, but at the same time, like I say, niggas be gullible and shit like that for these motherfucking brides and shit. So anyway, she was like a blind date, kind of like I wouldn't say a catfish because she never really presented nothing to say, oh, this is me. And then you look at her in real life and it's like, that's not her for real or whatever. He just seen her. You couldn't even see her face on her thumbnail. I mean, on her bio picture because she didn't really had, I think she had like a symbol or something up there or you couldn't really see her. You just knew that it was, what I'm saying? You just knew it was her. But then, it's like I said, she would give motherfuckers, she gave me her number or whatever. Yeah, call me. Said, no, I'll talk to her. So she probably had the nigga call and shit. She probably gave him the number, like, yo, you can talk to me, I'll talk to you, or whatever, whatever. So he hooked up with the bitch. So he talking, he on the phone. He never went down there, he never tied in with her. But if he was real, you know what I'm saying? He would have tied in with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because people I meet and people I fuck with for years and shit like that. I just don't be fucking with motherfuckers for nothing and shit like that. Like, nah, like if I fuck with you, shit, we locked in for life, like type shit. Like I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I be for real. I got good friends, I got good women and good people in my lifestyle. So, shit like that. But no, man, I wasn't really tripping. I wasn't really tripping off the chick. But when he finally got a chance to talk to her, and when he finally got a chance to see her, then he was like, "Oh hell no!" That nigga was like, "Oh hell no!" He was like, "I can't fuck with that. I can't mess with that." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Shit, like I can't get jiggy with that." And then he kind of like, I guess he gave her the cold shoulder or whatever. I guess he told her he wasn't fucking with her or whatever. Like he just, used her for the little couple bucks he got out of her and stuff like that. And and then she was like, shit, like, damn. But I ended up talking to her when I got to the hospital. She was like, "Yeah, you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." She was like, "Yeah, them dudes and this and that." She was like, "Yeah, you need to leave them alone and you need to, stop dealing with them and stuff like that." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You need to stop talking about them." What she was saying, but she was like, "Yeah, you just need to chill because you kind of." Whatever. But I kind of took the message. Well, when she called me, I kind of took the phone call as like, after that, I was like, this bitch just called me to see if I was dead or whatever. I was like, cause you don't know motherfuckers the enemy. You don't know what these motherfuckers is charged up with. You don't know you don't know what they believe in. You don't know what this bitch underneath the devil. You don't know none of this shit, right? But I noticed that, when a motherfucker gets sick, I noticed that when a motherfucker gets sick, motherfuckers come take a look at you to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this motherfucker, is he dying? Is he dead? Is he dead yet? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So I was like, man, you know what? I was like, man, this shit crazy. But then after that day, I never heard from her again. But I believe she's still, I believe she's still around and she's still watching this shit. You know, it's a couple motherfuckers. It was a couple motherfuckers on the internet. You know what I'm saying? That did some shit and got out of bounds. And when they did that, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and, it wasn't really nothing to really trip off of. You know what I'm saying? But one chick, one night, I'm throwing cards. I got my nigga in Australia. I mean, in Amsterdam. He paid me for a reading. I didn't have PayPal, so the chick had PayPal. So by the chick having PayPal, and I didn't, I got Cash App. Dude, like he ain't got Cash App. He overseas. They don't got that over there. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, he's like, you got PayPal? I'm like, no. So I asked the girl, I was like, you got PayPal? And she was like, yeah, I got it. I was like, yeah, okay. So I told him, I said, put your PayPal down and he gonna send you that 20. I said, I'll get it from you or whatever. We'll take care of it on the back end or whatever. Cause I had her number and shit like that. I was talking to her and shit. So she was like, all right. So she put her PayPal down. The nigga sent her the dub, right? Nigga sent her the $20. Uh, and it was for me. But I really wasn't tripping off the $20. If she needed it, I would have been like, yeah, just keep that. You know what I'm saying? But bitch, you not gonna pimp on me, you know, like you got PayPal. So like anything like that, you gonna funnel my energy, you gonna funnel my power. I'm throwing readings and cards for niggas or whoever, whatever. And you just gonna take my proceeds and then just act like a nigga didn't pay you. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I didn't get it. I said, what you mean you didn't get it? And she was like, I didn't get it. I'm like, bitch, so you just dropped your PayPal. The nigga just sent it to you. He online. We all online. We on my live. The nigga typing. He like, man, I just sent it. He was like, I can show you the he's like, I can show you the he's like, I can see you the damn thing and I can see it right here. It's showing that I sent it. He was like, so I think the nigga sent me, I think he sent me something to show me. He sent me the thing and showed me where he sent a little $20 to the bitch like, yeah, receive, she got the shit, right? So I'm like, yeah, the shit right there. I'm like, man, I'm like, you got the money. I'm like, man, I'm like, man, look, check this out, fuck it. I'm like, you can I said, you can have that shit. I said, I ain't tripping out that shit. If you think you just hit a lick on me, you know what I'm saying? And she from Indiana. She from she from up there where Michael Jackson then was born. She a ghetto. What's the name of that motherfucking state? Was it Indiana? I think it was something like that. She's in the Midwest, but a ghetto environment type shit. So she got mad because I told her to keep the 20 after she tried to play like the nigga didn't send it to her, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bitch, you just tried to rob. I'm like, see, that's what you get for trusting these motherfuckers and thinking tied in and you could, like I said, I never knew her, but if she was cool, but she was portraying to be cool, but she was trying to get me to come fuck with her too. And I never pulled up on her and shit like that because I was real by her living in that place and being in that area, and I just seen a lot of shit. She drinking and shit. She got people in and out and shit. I'm like, where the nigga ass kids over there and shit. I don't know what's going on and shit, but it was like, I'm like, yeah, this bitch ratchet than a motherfucker. She was cool though. She was cool, but she was ratchet. So she got mad over the dub and shit. So um, she like, nigga, fuck you. So she called and shit after the live and shit. She like, nigga, you think I'll take some money and shit like that? Nigga, I'ma send you that $20 cash out. Then she sent me some pictures where she had like money on the bed. I don't think it was that day. You know what I'm saying? Because bitch, if you got bands on the bed and you got Cash App and a nigga just sent you dub, bitch, PayPal, my money, bitch, it ain't had nothing to do with you. And you got bands on your bed, 50s and hundreds and 20s. It's a little paper, probably a couple thousand. Like I said, I don't know if the picture was old or whatever. So she sent me the picture the next morning. She's mad. She's cussing me out. No, nigga, don't nobody need your money. Don't nobody need you and this and that. So she hot. She send the money. I'm gonna send you that punk ass $20, nigga. And when I do it, well, she was hot. So she sent me the money and shit. But she sent me the money cussing. She sent me the money, cussed me out. She did all this shit. I said, man, that's that low life nigger shit. That's that low life Detroit, Midwest, ghetto nigger shit. I was like, so nah, you can't fuck with no bitch like that. I was like, I just left a savage ass Oakland, Richmond bitch, ghetto bitch, goddamn mama, goddamn, uh, goddamn whatever the shit be, man, street shit certified, right? So, um, she was hot. So she went over there and jumped to the nigga. Just so this nigga's over there, he was thinking this shit. He had it all going on and shit. This nigga, he come around. This nigga come to my channels to tap in with real live bitches, right? These ain't thumbnail bitches or bio picture bitches. these real live women though. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him at all. Shit, I'm tied in. I was in the truck one night and I was talking to some chick, some black chick. I ended up meeting her on my YouTube and shit. She's following me and shit, so she tied in. See, when I was driving trucks, that's when all the bitches is coming out the woodworks. They wasn't coming out the woodworks to fuck with this sucker. They knew I wasn't fucking with this dick handling ass nigga, man. This nigga came to my channel. This nigga keep dick riding. He even came over here motherfucking the other day, tied in. What's up, man? Yeah. So you just look up, he everywhere. Then he typing much. You know what I'm saying? Then he trying to argue through the typing. Then he trying to, you know what I'm saying, disagree. And then he trying to just make yeah, like nigga, you doing too much, bitch ass nigga. You doing too much, G. Like you trying to be way too known, way too famous. Like you come in, you looking for bitches, you looking for nigga. You need to be looking for a job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need to be looking for a job. That's what you need to be doing. But anyway, Stephanie, like I said, I didn't even know her. I didn't know her from a can of paint, bro. That wasn't my girl. That wasn't no bitch from my hood. It wasn't nobody I've been with. It wasn't no bitch I shook her hand, smelt her hair, none of that shit. I don't even know what they look like kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Anyway, it wasn't nothing but a whole lot of internet shit, man. Wasn't nothing but a whole lot of trucking. A whole lot of trucking and a whole lot of money making, man. A whole lot of money getting. There's just a lot of strange ass women coming. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no fan of no. I ain't a fan of no motherfucking. Nah, I ain't a fan of just no any old motherfucker coming on my page trying to tie in. Now all of a sudden they want me to do this and that. So one chick was like, uh, she was like, yeah, she was like, my mom. Like that shit. We was talking about something. And she started talking about her mom. I think she was saying her mom did voodoo or her mom was into some shit. And she was like, yeah. And then I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I was like, it's a lot of shit going on. I said, it's women, coming from all different rounds and shit like that. And she was like, I think she said some weird shit, like she robbed niggas or something. She was like, well, tell you the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll rob niggas or I'll take some money too. Or, you know what I'm saying? She was like, just being truthful. She was like, I think she said something about her son. Like, she'll sell her son's soul for some money, or she would I don't know, she said some wild shit, man, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, I feel you." And after that, I never did really talk to her again. But it's like, bitch, like all these motherfuckers like coming at me and shit, and then motherfuckers had a nerve to sit up there and tell me like they that evil and shit, and they didn't care. And it's like they tying in with me, but it wasn't like she was really pushing a hard line, like come fuck with me or whatever, was trying to get me to come. But she was though, kind of like, but these women is vicious. All black bitches, vicious, thinking I'm a whole ass nigga or something. Bitch, I'm not gonna pull up on you without my gun. The first thing crack off, I'm gonna pop you first. I don't give a fuck who you is. Bitch, what state we in? I'm gonna pull up. I got jewelry on me. I'm a pockets fat. I got a lot of money on me. I'm a cash and carry nigga. Yeah, I'm a cash and carry nigga. Not that I'm a carry everything, but I'm the type of nigga pull up and have some bands in his pocket. That's just normal for me. But for me to jump to a motherfucker I ain't never met and seen, bitch, I'm not coming without my pistol. Fuck you talking about? Now I gotta sit up there and protect the gun, and I got to, man, this shit get deep. But my first time, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, fuck that, bitch. Come fuck with me on my terms. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never pulling up on no broads, you know what I'm saying? Especially just a bitch popping up on this internet talking about come fuck with me over here. Like, bitch, I don't know what nigga behind you. I don't know what nigga sent you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm one of them ones because I'm a smooth nigga. I'm Pisces. A Pisces is a fish, right? And out of all the signs, you can't catch a lot of those signs. Like the lion, the Leo, right? The goat, the horn, the Taurus, the bull, right? Those symbols, those animals, you can't catch those animals. They'll kill you, right? So they're not to be caught. They're not to be eaten because you can't catch them. You can't. They could defend. They got teeth. They got claws. They got power. So they'll hurt you. But the fish, It's something that everybody want to catch, right? Everybody want fish. Everybody want to catch the fish, right? Because everybody go fishing. You go fishing. You want to catch the fish. You want to eat the fish. You want to devour the fish, right? So the fish don't have nothing. Well, a shark, you know. So I'm a Pisces, but I'd rather be a killer whale. Yeah. Shout out to Andre Nicotina. Um, but yeah, uh, we talking about the fish though. And the symbol of the fish, didn't have a shark. It didn't have a beast of an animal for a fish. It wasn't a whale, a big whale. It wasn't a killer whale. It wasn't a great white shark. It wasn't Jaws, the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's just two little bitty fish, like two perch, like two little bitty, the fish sign, like little fish, goldfish. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, motherfucker thinking, when they see that light, when they see that, they think, oh, this is, I could just devour this, or I could just eat this, or I could just take that. You know what I'm saying? Fish, like everybody want to take that. You know what I'm saying? But what they fail to realize is that on the flip side of that, you know what I'm saying? That Pisces shit, that's the presentation. That's what you think. That's what how you feel, talking to me, fucking with me. Oh, he gullible, he this and that. I'll flip on you. I'll flip the script on you. Once I flip on you, I'm not Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not what you think I am. I'm a whole nother animal. So I'll turn into a motherfucking killer whale. I'll turn into a orca whale. You hear me? I'll turn into a great white shark on a bitch, on a nigga, anything. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want a motherfucker think they could play me. But a lot of people do that. They think they could just eat, nigga, and just take. You know what I'm saying? Like they could just get me to, you know what I'm saying? So I do understand that, I do understand that. And that's just my spirit. That's my astrology chart on an astrology level, on a spiritual level, you know what I'm saying, who I am. But that's just the symbology of what this is. But at the end of the day, I'm a human, I'm a black man, I'm armed, and I will defend myself. And I'm not gonna let no bitch lure me nowhere and do that. I'm not gullible. You know what I'm saying? I'm OG in this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? Well, like I say, I knock shit from the street. So by me knocking shit, I could pick up on your energy and I could kind of feel what I'm working with and shit like that. But on the internet, I don't know. I can't really, work. And then with the energy I am picking up on, the information I am getting through the little slick talking and just all the extra little shit, it alerts me to be on point and be aware and not be gullible to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard out here. Yeah, it's hard out here to try to just lure a motherfucker somewhere and just whatever, like a nigga just that motherfucker. Nah, I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I know that, but I know this about me, but they don't, right? And it's like, nigga, look, keep on trucking, bro. Keep on trucking, keep rolling. Keep on trucking, keep rolling. And you know what I'm saying, when it's time for you to connect and fuck with it, you know what I'm saying, you can connect and fuck with it. But you know what I'm saying, beware of all this shit that's going on. And then once I start seeing motherfuckers jump and move and flip the script and just do all, I was like, yeah, right, 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 right. So that's what let me know I made the right decisions about everybody. I made the right choice for myself by being, you know what I'm saying, remaining victorious in this shit, And still to this day I'm victorious, but I'm way more sharper. I'm way more educated. Because you gotta remember that was about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2, 3 years ago. So I'm way more educated, I'm way more sharper. So now a motherfucker see me jumping. I don't give a fuck how much money I got. You see me, you know what I'm saying, rolling in. I'm fucking with it real tough. My channel's jumping. There's money everywhere around me. But you think you can come in and try to lure me and shit? I'm way more sharp than I was back then. So I'm really on your ass today, now more than I was ever in my life. And now I'm tied in. So all that introduction to the shit, when you a star, a movie star, and you jump out the car, everybody taking pictures, paparazzi, bitches is crying, pulling on your clothes, screaming and yelling, screaming your name, hollering, pulling their hair. It's crazy. And it's like they all love you. They really all want you. But it's like, nigga, you can't jump to none of that shit. I mean, you could, but you not gonna jump to this shit like that. Because shit, nigga, you a star, you know? 'Cause like I say, everybody wants you, you know? So that's how kind of like how that's kind of like how I felt. That's kind of like how I felt at the time. Yeah, I kind of felt like a star, man. I still feel like a star, but then like I say, you know what I'm saying? When I get in the mix, when I get to moving and grooving, when I get to fucking with it real tough, you know what I'm saying? It's still the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna remain the same thing. I don't give a fuck how, who, what. You feel me? Because like I say, I'm knocking shit on the street. So if I fuck with you, I met you, or you met me, we ran into each other somewhere, where however it go. I might have pulled up on you, yeah, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? See what's up with you. And but times is different now. This spiritual warfare shit and everything is different. And I just don't jump to motherfuckers no more. Even if I meet you on the street, I'm not gonna jump to you. If I get your number, okay, cool, I'll call you. Cause we're gonna talk for a long time. Yeah, we're gonna talk for a long time. You think I'm gonna let your spirit jump on my spirit? The minute I fuck with you and you got bad luck, I start losing shit immediately. I learned that. So you can't just jump to a motherfucker because you doing good. Because when you jump to a motherfucker that's doing and you doing good, the devil is gone, but the devil will send somebody at you. And when he send that person at you, it is for you to uh destiny swap, change places to where they take your shit and then you get their karma. So you start losing everything by fucking with them. You start losing everything. It ain't like they gain anything. Well, they gain a little bit. They take your energy, they take your light, and they use everything they could use from you. But you will pay the price because if you jump to a motherfucker that's cursed, or you jump to a motherfucker that's going through their karma, pull up on a bitch, she might look good. You go fuck with her. So you get over there and now, oh shit, you hit some snag. But then now she talking about she can't pay her rent, her lights is fucked up, or she need to pay her gas, her car note, or something. It's a trial in it. So you like, damn, you need this or you need something or whatever. And it's like that's crazy. But it's like, you know, not that ain't the problem. Like, you could help somebody like, oh, you're in a bind or something like that. Okay, here you go. But like, you can get it right back. Like, nah, this motherfucker don't want to work. This motherfucker don't want to take care of business. This motherfucker want to get high on dope. This bitch taking pills. She's on drugs. She's drinking all the liquor. She's drinking out the bottle. She's going through the fundamentals. She don't want to take care of herself. She's lacking a lot of shit. She's in the mix. She's going through something, right? And there's a lot of people like that out there, and they'll do that to you. Once you meet them and shit like that. But like I say, if you jump to a motherfucker who's cursed, or if you jump to a motherfucker that's going through karma, you gonna then take on their karma. So immediately you'll start seeing a decrease in things, a decrease in how you move, and a decrease in your actions. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Um, you will see that. You know, you'll start to. Yeah, you'll start to be slacking in what you're supposed to be doing. You'll start losing money. You'll start spending money. You'll start going blunder. Then you'll start losing assets, property. Then you will lose your freedom fucking with them. You will lose your freedom. You might lose your life, and you're gonna lose everything you got. Jump into a motherfucker you don't know. This shit is spiritual. And I never really looked at it like that because I never really wanted to be in a spiritual type of thing. But I had to accept it. I had to accept the fact that this was spiritual. And this most of the parts, most of the time, is spiritual warfare, you see. So when you doing good out there and stuff like that, if you married, you got a girl or whatever, and you've been with somebody or whatever, then you cool. You got something, you know. But if you not, and if you single, and you out there, and you got it going on, and God bless you with some stuff, you know, you gotta be very, very careful in these days and times about who you connect with and jump to and shit like that because it's a price to pay behind this shit, you know. And that's the reason I ain't fuck with the bitch in Indiana because I was on the phone. I was telling her, yeah, I just got through fucking with a narcissistic bitch and all this crazy chaos, black bitch, and it's like, and I was talking to her, and then when I told her that, she got real quiet for about 5 seconds, 10 seconds. She got real quiet, and then she was like, yeah. She didn't elaborate on it though. She just listened to me. And then later on, she threw it up in my face and she was like, yeah, that's why the bitch you was with, did what she did, or that's why she was like how she was. And yeah, yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, right, spirits. So I understood, yeah, bitch, and you one of them. You one of them. You tried to steal the 20. Bitch, you didn't have no money because you tried to take $20. Bitch, all you had to do was ask for $20. All you had to do was say, can I get that? Or, whatever later on or whatever. Or however she wanted to do it. She could have sent it to me and then been like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me on something or whatever. Bitch, pockets fat. What the fuck is you talking about? And I got that little dub just throwing cards. People used to pay me all the time to give them readings. You know what I'm saying? They pay me through Cash App though. But like I said, my nigga just ended up being overseas, and he had the PayPal shit, so But it was a good thing that she did that because she was able to exhibit the spirit, and I was able to read her energy in that spirit, and I knew I didn't want that around me. I had just left a bitch high and dry. Yeah, I had a bitch take me to the store, in a semi truck, and she probably around listening to my videos and shit, cause she do, but she knows she wrong. But I tried to fuck with her, but you can't fuck with the devil and his children. When motherfuckers start attacking you, and not only did I start losing shit, I gained some shit, but and I lost a lot of stuff. So I was very aware of, you know, a chick coming around and just being a bad luck motherfucker or just being something negative in my life. And one sign, one red flag that you could be that bitch, I'm out. Yeah, I'm done fucking with you. I don't want to talk to you, bitch. And I don't need you. Anything that resembles that bitch, if you got an attitude, if you pop off at your motherfucking mouth, if you give me any spirit, a negative spirit, any red flag, something like that, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm on that. I'm shutting that shit down. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to mess with you because I've already been through I've already been through that. Yeah, I already have been through that. But anyway, let's get to let's get down here and try to figure out what's going on in this. Uh Let me see what we got going on. Yep. Mm, okay. So see, we was just talking. Now we was just talking about that, right? If you if you are completely burnt out because of a traumatic relationship experience, God will often put you in a season of isolation so you can reconnect with Him. So see, the season of isolation could be, yeah, a tragic moment, a tragic event, a traumatic relationship. And you could be, and it said burnt out. So that mean you could be really, that mean you could really be thrown off by it. Nah, I was thrown off by it because I was, what I'm saying, I was kind of, yeah, it was that was a traumatic thing for me, and then all the chaos and shit. Then motherfuckers act like they want to do some scratching. Motherfuckers act like they want to attack. It's like I don't even know you. You want to fight? You want to kill? You want to hurt people? Like, oh, you a savage? Yeah, bitch, you a beast. You know what I'm saying out here on these streets. So yeah, so it could have something to do with that too. Yeah. hmm It could be family members. Traumatic experience with family members. Um, um, Relationships. Isolation can be used by God to refill your heart and prepare you to love people again, right? And that's real too. Cause I never stopped loving people, but it ain't like I won't, hook up with somebody. I won't, you know, be with somebody and stuff like that, or love somebody or something like that. But even in the season of, and even in the season of isolation, what I'm saying, you got a lot of other players. You know, you got a lot of other players in this shit that came with some shit too, and tried to do some shit too to throw you off to make you like really like be like, man, nah, like the hell with that. But I know this, everybody ain't bad, everybody ain't bad, and it is some good people out there, but the bad ones, kind of mess it up for the good ones. But the good ones won't be they won't be hard to distinguish from. You'll be able to distinguish the good from the bad. You will. But the key to it is you just can't, you just can't jump to no any old motherfucker out there on the streets. That's what it is. No, you just can't jump to know anything. Um, well, let me see. hmm hmm Okay, so you could hear him. So yeah, so sometimes God leads you into isolation, so you can hear him, so you can talk to him, so you can deal with him, and then after that, like I say, he gonna bless you. He gonna bless you with everything you're supposed to have. And then, like I say, maybe, it has something to do with, the connection with God and reconnecting with God and stuff like that. Picture of what a star really looks like. Um, what you mean, picture of what a star really look like? What you talking about? A star like a star out of space? Are you talking about a movie star? Because a star is further than the damn moon. The stars is millions of miles away. Shit. How the hell you gonna get a picture? Well, yeah, I guess you can get a picture of a star. Hey, you get a telescope, you can take a little picture of it. I guess you can. Or if you got a camera lens that'll zoom all the way up there like that. But how the hell do you get a picture of something that's millions and millions of miles away? That'd be impossible unless you was close to it or something like that. And that's impossible. Stars is light years away. That's years. Millions and millions and millions and millions of miles like that. It shit, man, shit take you it'll take you years to get it'll take you years and years. It'll take you lifetimes really to try to get to some shit like that. But it's amazing that you could see the stars from here. But you so many millions and millions and millions of miles away from um what's really out there. Because if you really did the research, you would see and you would know that there's thousands and thousands, it's millions of planets. The earth is just one little bitty planet in the middle of millions of planets. There's life going on in other places. It's all kind of shit going on. There's some places that man ain't never seen before. And all you got to do is wiggle. When you leave here, once you perish from this place, then you get to go to the next level. And hopefully, the next place is a good place. Hopefully, you know, hopefully. Um, yeah, hopefully um, hopefully the next place is really a good place. Where's none of this shit, you know? Because this place it has its cool, it has its pros and cons. You know what I'm saying here? But you know, at the end of the day, you know, we just gotta we just gotta sit back and wait to see, and hope. You gotta wait, sit back and wait and see, and then hope and pray that we do, um, end up somewhere real good, to where it ain't none of this stuff going on, you know. But I do believe that this is uh this is a testing ground and shit. Yeah, I do believe that. I do believe this is a testing ground. This is a battlefield. This place here is to separate. It's to separate spirits. It's to separate forces, and a lot of shit is here to like gather souls or build up men. Uh, to try to determine where everybody go. That you might have to go back through it. You might have to go back, you know, and start over again, or you might learn what you need to learn here, so you don't have to come back here again. You know, and you can go to the next level because that's what it's all about. Uh, Your boy Cuddy on live. Oh, he is? Yeah, Cuddy just hit me on he hit me on Instagram. He followed me. He sent me a follow request yesterday. And I last night, well whatever, a couple hours ago, and I accepted his follow. Cause I told you, Apex, yesterday, follow me on my Instagram, no breaks too. And you didn't. And you was talking about some money and some videos and doing some business and shit like that, but you wasn't over there and you didn't follow requests, right? Uh, so you was just talking and shit. So that's a good thing. But you was kept asking for my email, and I'm wondering, like, um, fuck that email shit. Like, nigga, this ain't that channel. This ain't the email channel, right? So I'm like, nigga, just hit me on my I'm like, just hit me on my Instagram and we connect right there. And you never came, bro. So he did. Yeah. Yeah, he pulled up and he was like, follow request. Hey, but you know, um that's a good thing, man. Hopefully he hopefully he sit back and take a look at some shit. But then like I say, who's to say, whatever. Like I say, I don't get on this internet bothering people and stuff like that. And, nothing like that, you know. Yeah, I don't get on this internet doing none of that shit. Let me see. GPT Cuddy is live. Oh, the hypocrites, the hypocrisy, the right. See what this nigga talking about. It took him 5 days. It took him 5 days to get on this motherfucking and talk some shit. All right, let's see. Cuddy. Cuddy could Cuddy could do what he do. Shit. He over there eating. But that nigga over there eating like a motherfucker. Damn, I wonder what's wrong with the speaker on this damn computer. Man, the sound don't work. Hold on, y'all. Oh, the button. Oh, hold on. Don't worry about my weight and height. Well, I'm finna do like the nigga in that van. What you need to be worried about is getting right. See, my weight and height. God damn. All right, nigga. It's a sad thing to see. Damn. That nigga crazy. Yeah, that nigga Cuddy crazy in the motherfucker. That nigga said, don't worry about my weight and height. Shit, he rocking shows. What time is it? 5? But it's like 8 o'clock. Yo, what up, though, yo? It's like 8 o'clock over there in South Carolina, though. It's morning time. But yeah, y'all. So, the main thing is that, like I say, it's a reason. It's a reason for all of it. And when you're out there, when you're out there, you will understand, you know, exactly what that is. You know, and like I say, it could be many reasons. I don't really understand the reason, for me, but I do understand that it could be many things. I was just thinking it was maybe it has something to do with the relationship shit. Maybe it has something to do with this punk ass bitch, this other punk ass bitch. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with this bitch, because when that bitch did what she did, I kind of was like, what the hell? Because she didn't have to really tell me nothing. She didn't really have to really bother me. She didn't really have to say nothing. She didn't really have to do all that, really, especially to me, because I kind of felt like that was a spiritual attack, and it was a spiritual attack. And she did exactly what she did, and she did it to ruin me. She did it to throw me off. She did it so I could be tripping, and then like feed off my energy, and then like, well, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tell them that, and then I'm not gonna do none of this shit. Well, I'm gonna do a little something, but all the shit I said we was gonna do, and all the shit we supposed to be doing, and everything I said, it ain't that. So I was like, well, shit, fuck it, do what the fuck you do. Shit, you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I still got love for people, but I understand. I understand. But it don't mean I hate motherfuckers. It don't mean I hate women. It don't mean I hate niggas. It don't mean I hate motherfuckers. It just sharpen my tools up. Because now in life, I don't, I got a little bit of trust, but my trust is fucked up too. I trust God that He will, you know, help me. And through life and death, you know what I'm saying? I trust the spirit realm. But, as far as like just believing in shit and trying to, be that way, but I still have a special place, you know what I'm saying, for a special motherfucker. But that's just it. That's just it right there. So like I say, it's a lot of things out there, but you know, the isolation comes before elevation. And that's what I learned. you know, through all of this. I learned that. I learned that it'll be um it'll be um it'll be isolation first. And then then that's the season of isolation. Then it's an elevation season. So, for me, I believe this is the beginning of my elevation season from what I've took a look at, from what I've done, recently, for me, stopping all the shit I used to do, and that program, I killed that shit. And then I tapped into my shit. I tapped into what I was already doing. And now I'm on that frequency right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that frequency right now. So that's an elevation for me. Um, and I'm elevated in my YouTube, my channels. I'm elevated. Everything is coming back to me at once. My career, my channels, my position, everything. Everything but these bad luck ass bitches that ruined shit for me because they really did, you know? And I wouldn't say they like really did. I'll say one of them really did. The other one's just a chicken shit motherfucker, and motherfucker don't believe in you no way, because this ain't the first lie you told. Like, bitch, you did this 3 times in a row. So, bitch, this your life. This who you are, bitch. So you ain't no excuses for you. So ain't no love. Motherfucker don't love devils, and motherfuckers don't love attackers, and motherfuckers don't love plotters and bullshitters and con artists ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So that really been like, okay, you a chicken shit motherfucker. So we ain't got to worry about you really for real. But that, but at the same time, that was something. But that don't matter, because that's not nothing. And what they said they was, and what they said I was, and what it was supposed to be in versus what it is, don't mean nothing to me, because I am him. So what you had and what you said you was and all that shit is in the garbage, because you don't got shit, and that shit ain't shit, and you ain't about shit, and you ain't doing shit with the shit that you supposed to be doing with. So you're not even in the season of um, you're not even in the right season. And you jump to a motherfucker. You don't know you jumping in demons, and you jumping in these weak ass niggas. But these niggas got bad luck. So every time you jump, around, and you blinking with all these weird motherfuckers and these weird bitches, and you got all this shit around you, then you in the season, a cursed season with cursed niggas and bitches. So you gonna lose. So when motherfuckers start losing, when people start losing, it get deep. You know, yeah, it get deep. Uh, the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit, be with you forever and ever. Right, 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 right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking whatever that power is that allowed me to go through this shit, and whatever that power is to strip me of everything, and just, what I'm saying, have me in some fucked up shit, from losing all my trucks. Well, not losing all my trucks, but blending in with all these bullshit jobs. Well, my first job, that was a real good job, real good money, real good truck, real good equipment, real good people. It was just one little racist motherfucker in there. But if I could have just held on, had more patience, and been more cool, I could have took care of that business. I could have got rid of dude. I would have been okay still to this day. I would still been rolling with those people, man. But I still would have needed to go and get my surgery. I know that, So, but by me going through all that and they just take everything, and then you think then like, damn, it can't be nothing. And then they got the fake shit on, I'm saying? They doing the fake shit, they running all kind of fake programs. So it's like, damn, all this shit is just all bad. So it was a season for me to think that it was nothing there. It was nothing there. It was nothing you could do. It was nothing that you could achieve. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you lost. It's over. Like, okay, you got your shit, but okay, your name fucked up. They got your shit on the DAT. The DAT report is bad. You got all these motherfucking Russians and white motherfuckers. They didn't put you up there. They said you did this. They said you did that. So your DAT, you know what I'm saying? That's what allowed me to get in the field. Motherfucker been blackballed. So it's like, so when I called them people, they said you ain't got no, you don't have nothing on there. There's nothing on there. So by it being nothing on there, that was a removal. So that's God showing me. Well, you can call it God, you can call it divine intervention, you can call it in, you can call it what you want, you can call it science, universal law, you can call it in, you can call it whatever you like to call it. I don't know what to call it, but if you revert back to this shit, then it'll show you. You know. And then, like I say, if you look at stars, if you look at these millionaires and people who had nothing in the beginning, right, and they was able to have something later, but they went through a level of nothing. They went through a level of, you know what I'm saying? The shit gonna either make you or break you. So that's where we at. That's where we at today, y'all. Yeah, yeah. You be thinking, shit is just like falling apart, like out of whack and shit like that. But should be really working. Should be really working in your favor, though. It really do. Yeah, things be working in your favor, but you may not think so at the time. You may not think that everything is working for you. You know what I'm saying? Against you, but it's really working for you. And you might not see how, because you're like, well, shit, how's it working for me? And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And you got motherfuckers doing this, you got people doing that. You got so much shit going on. It's just all bad, you know what I'm saying? When you look at it, it's like, okay, well, at the end of all of it, you look around, you look at everybody and stuff like that, and you see, like, man, you know, um, you be like, damn. But then, God will show you. He'll show you light, and then he'll show you what, yeah, show you what you could be doing, you know, show you what you could be doing, to show you how, what I'm saying, you could put your shit back in its proper perspective. And me, I'm just sitting back thinking to myself, like, man, damn, man, um, like, there's some hell of a shit here. Yeah, this some hell of a shit here, man. We got a lot of people playing and shit like that, and that's crazy. But it was a testing. It was, like I say, it was a testing ground. It was a testing ground. You know, for um, for you to kind of understand what's going on. Mhm. A lot of people, a lot of people thought it was all bad. A lot of people was like, "Oh shit, he ain't rolling." You know what I'm saying? He ain't rolling. You know what I'm saying? He can't roll or whatever, or whatever it might be. So in their mind, it's like, man, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He ain't on. He lost his shit. He got, you know what I'm saying? His name probably fucked up. All this shit with these companies. Like, oh shit, he can't roll. Then he went to the hospital. He went through surgery. He back out. He at home. He just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was a this nigga was a highway guy. This nigga was on the highway like the highway patrol. You know what I'm saying? Up and down the motherfucking interstate. And all of a sudden, what I'm saying, he ain't rolling. He ain't got the truck. Oh, he ain't out running the bands up and shit like that. Even when I was running bands up, a punk bitch couldn't even look at me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, motherfucker couldn't even look at me. So I pull up in town. What's up with you? Call a motherfucker phone, motherfucker hating. oh, I'm just, it's all, all this type of shit, motherfuckers harvesting suckers and, all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, that's crazy, but it's cool. But that was all an intention. That was all the setup. That was all to get you to like, uh, yeah, that was to get you, that was to throw you off. That was to really get you to loke up, throw you off, get them your motherfucking energy. And that was to get you to be out there, what I'm saying, feeling some type of way about some shit. Cause truly, in actuality, me rolling, when I come, what I'm saying, when I slide up, what I'm saying, I come fuck with you, but like whatever. But like I don't really gotta slide up and like fuck with you. Like I could really just slide up and go home, to my own shit and it's just blend in and fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Mad bitches, everything. Mad money. You know what I'm saying? Mad hustle, mad mob stability. You know what I'm saying? When I do what I do, like, bitch, nobody needs you. You know? Like, why? How? And then when a motherfucker did, really like, okay, could like be like, okay, what I'm saying? Could use, a little help or probably like see a motherfucker like, nah, hell no. Mm-mm. Ain't gonna do that. Nope. So now it's like, okay, so we know what's going on. We know what's going on. We know what we talking about. We know what we doing. And you know what? I seen some shit. I seen some. It's a channel on YouTube. It's called Affordable Living. It's called Affordable. I forget the name of the channel. I think it's Affordable Living. But they sell. It's a site on YouTube, but they selling homes. They're not that they not they well they homes, but they um like houses is on a lot of land. Kind of like the shit. Kind of like that shit. JT was just kind of like that shit. JT was just showing people on the internet about those homes and shit down there in I think where he at. He down in Tennessee, right? Yeah. So they had a lot of shit. So I've been scrolling. Well, I scrolled and I seen it, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was like, "Man, this motherfucker got a pond. Like, it's like it's got a lake in the backyard, boat dock, a farmhouse, then it's a regular house with another house connected to it, and like hella acres, grass, long ass driveway, kind of like, but it's like way out in the wilderness, kind of like it's way out. And when you look at the property, it ain't no neighbors around really for real. And then a lot of those properties are like old. They're not brand new, but they're old, but they look decent, like in good condition. But you could tell it's got a lot of spiritual culture, a lot of spiritual background connected to these places, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it, I'm looking at them and shit like that. But me being spiritual, I could easily baptize those places. You know what I'm saying? I can cleanse out and drive out spirits, especially bad spirits. Now, if there's some good spirits there, they could stay. I don't mind. I'll call for them to stay. But if I was to buy some shit like that, I most definitely I'm gonna do some cleansing because, like I say, the shit is old school. But I'm looking at the shit today. I'm on there, and they kept popping up and shit. So I would click on them. I was like, "What is this?" Man, I seen a house on some land with some water. With the motherfucker had a motherfucker got waterfall connected to a lake and all this shit on this land, right? The house, $20,000. Shit like that. The house, they got some shit. They had some shit up there, 40,000. They had some for 79,000. And when I say, then they had a spot up in Michigan, or not Detroit, nothing like that, but way out in the woods kind of area, way out where it's grassy, it's trees, it's water. It's kind of like out there. It's not in the city. None of these houses that's for sale is in a city type of thing. So when you look at the house, when you look next door or try to look for a neighbor or try to look at what's next to it and shit like that, whatever's next to it is miles down or so far away. It's like you here, but it's nothing else here. It's just you. And I was thinking about that shit today, and I was like, man, I was like, I could really just cop some shit out of state like that, and just be like way out and way off. I like to fish and stuff like that too. So, I like to fish and stuff like that. So, hell, if that water is good and got some fish in there, whatever, got the little pond, got the little lake, shit, I think I do like little Boosie. Boy, I do like little Boosie and pour me some, hell yeah, boy, I have some fish delivered to that motherfucker. And some crawdads, all that shit. Yeah, pour that shit off in there, y'all. Then when on the weekend or something like that, shit, walk out the back door, walk down to the river, right there to the pond, and cast in there, catch me some black bass, catch me some um largemouth bass. You know what I'm saying? Catch me some bluegill and shit like that, some crappie, and just take them right in the house. Clean them, fry them up. But the only killer thing about it is being way out in the wilderness, kind of like way out, and then like not having no neighbors is crazy. And then like I'm just thinking like, well, damn, nigga, if you was a cop, some shit like that, like what would you do? But it ain't like you would be there and you would kind of feel like you was in isolation. But it's shit. That shit. Those houses is isolated because they way out. Like I said, ain't no neighbors. Some shit crack off. You can't even hear a motherfucker scream. Um, if some niggas pull up, nigga, it's gonna get real. But like I say, me living in, what I'm saying, in a place like that and being way out in a rural area like that, gun safes is mandatory. AR-15s is on deck. Shotguns is on deck. Pistols, all that shit is on deck. Gun safe, big old metal gun safe, real heavy, mounted to the floor. I know how to get in and get out of it. So when I come home, and I got dogs, because I'm gonna most definitely need some dogs. Yes. Now that's when now I could live. I could live. Yeah, I could live way out. Shit, I'll get me 4 dogs, at least three. You don't want too many of them motherfuckers because you get too many of them, they think they can whoop you. They think they can attack you. So shit, you fuck around and them damn dogs will turn on your ass. But if I was to have more than 3 or 4 dogs, just dealing with those dogs, because I'm gonna deal with some vicious dogs like cane corsos, like big dogs, killers, hunters. Nigga, I'm talking about savages. I don't want no poodles. I don't want no, if I had a little Frenchie or something, for the house, let the little Frenchie run around. But my dogs will have access to my house. They'll be able to come in and out and stuff like that. Some I'll have out. Some will stay out. Some will stay guarding my front door. One to be in the house guarding. It'll always be on rotation. I always have. You know what I'm saying? I have some killer dogs with me. So I believe killer dogs, pistols and rifles, I would be okay. I would be able to live. But I really don't like the fact that I seen a spot in Virginia. It was nice. And I was like, damn, I seen some shit in Arkansas, some shit in Tennessee. Real cheap. Real cheap. I'm talking about dirt cheap. And I'm talking about land. I'm talking about acres, acres and acres of land to where you could build something on there. Like, or you could start a farm. They got farmhouses and all that type of shit. And it's like, well, shit, you can put your chickens out there. You could sell livestock. You can kind of get involved in that. See, that's the thing with black people. We don't have our own nothing. We ain't got no gun stores. There was a white boy talking about Chad the Builder, whatever his name is, and he was saying, "Yeah, we bailed the white boy out and shit, and he's rich." He was like, "And y'all stupid." He was like, "And if a civil war pop off," he was like, "Nigga, y'all done." He said, "You don't got no gun stores, you don't own no ammunition, y'all don't make ammunition, y'all ain't got no banks, y'all ain't got nothing." He's like, "Nigga, we own all this shit, we do all this shit, we farm, we do all this shit. So if a civil war pop off and you ain't got no groceries, you ain't got no farm, where you going? You think you gonna run up on their shit and steal their corn and steal their property and they gonna pop your ass, right?" At the end of the day, niggas ain't got none of that. These niggas out here dancing. Um, they out here dancing, talking, motherfuckers rapping, cussing, bitches jawsing, niggas jaw jacking, but ain't nobody really putting nothing down. Ain't nobody in position right now. So I was just looking, I was looking at those places and stuff like that, but I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I can kind of work with something like that, being way out like that. But like I said, I have some protection. Hell yeah. either ride with my motherfucking dogs, and then you don't know who coming through there late night. Motherfuckers come through there to check on you. Might be out there with some racist cops or something like that. Motherfucker, oh, who bought that house? Oh man, it's a black motherfucker in there. Oh no, we don't like that around here. So you just have to check the area to kind of map it out to see what's next to that place. So you write the address down and you kind of see what's around, what's near, who is who. Like I said, it's 2026, but shit, they got some towns and some places. They got some towns and some cities that you bet not get caught in. But I do understand, some shit ain't meant for you. Like I say, I'm not gonna spend no money on nothing. You tell me it's cheap or whatever, fixer upper or whatever. A nigga wastes his time, wastes his money, pay for some shit, get some shit. Next thing you know, the Ku Klux Klan come to that motherfucker and terrorize your ass, and then now you got to get up out of there. You got to sell the shit, never come back because they tripping. You know what I'm saying? And you out of bounds because you ain't got no business around there because that ain't that for real. So you got to kind of try to pay attention to that. Me being from California, um concrete jungle, you know that's a different setup to try to lead the city streets and then go way out into a rural area. If I was in California and went into a rural area, I would kind of feel kind of cool about the shit. But like I say, California, you can't really buy nothing like that. You can't really buy nothing like that in California. Um you have to well, if you was to buy something like that in California, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. They're gonna try to get they're gonna hit you upside your head. Especially for some shit with some water connected to it, with fish in it, rivers and trees and land. And, oh yeah, California, yeah, they're gonna need that. They're gonna need that money. Napoleon, man, what's going on, man? I see you. Hell yeah. You know. So um, it would be nice if they but the cost of living over here, the cost of living in California is crazy. Like the shit is cheap though, way over there. I see why that nigga JT is out that way and shit. And he like, okay, if I'm gonna live, I might as well, live where it's plentiful, live where the best prices is, and because it don't really make no sense to just be for a motherfucker to get hit upside the head. Like San Francisco, they just had on the news yesterday that San Francisco just is at an all-time high with the rent and the crazy. So just to say, if you want to just live in Frisco, you want to live in Frisco, a one bedroom studio in Frisco going for 4,500, 4,000, $5,000. So that's a lot of money for a one bedroom in San Francisco. You see what I'm saying? And you think to yourself, like, nigga, 4,000? So imagine paying rent in Frisco, right, for 4 months. Well, 5 months, let's say. So you pay rent in Frisco for 5 months, $4,000 a pop each time, right? This month, 4,000. Next month, 4,000. Month after that, 4,000. Next month after that, 4,000. Nigga, that's that property. That's that property on the East Coast I was telling you about. If you pay rent 4 or 5 times in Frisco, that's a whole property with land, lake, access, river, trees, acres, and different little shit on the land. So you telling me you gonna charge me that much for one bedroom in Frisco, when I could damn near hold on to that and I could just take that money and just go straight and you ain't even got to pay the whole 20. You ain't even got to pay the whole 20 to 40 to 60 because they got houses for plots, acres, land, homes for different little prices like that. But just say you wanted the one for 20,000, right? You like, fuck it, I'll snatch this up. Let me get that. Just, because I could pull up on the east side. You know what I'm saying? Because you a road runner. You road run. I'm pulling up in a big rig too. I'm pulling my big rig on my land, on my property, and I'm gonna build a little shed to where I could park in it to cover the truck, you know, and shit like that. But hell yeah, man. So I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'll say that shit. I wouldn't be. I mean, but Frisco is that Silicon Valley. Well, I wouldn't say Silicon Valley. Frisco got its own. What they call it, corporate. They got their corporate shit. They financial district. They got they coding. because then when those people that work in Frisco, they make a lot of money. So they got a lot of people that's like that works with computer shit. So they be computer wizards, and they work with coding and shit like that. They make a lot of money, a lot of money. So $4,000 ain't shit, you know. But it is something. I wouldn't give a damn what you made and what it is. Like nigga, 4,000. Like hold on now. Like we got to start making this shit make sense, you know. But the world is the world, and it is what it is. But you know, like I say, if I was to do that, I'll make sure that I'll make sure I'm thumped up, and I'll make sure I have some vicious dogs, killer dogs. Motherfucker come through, you gonna pop the dogs, and I got cameras. I'm gonna hook up cameras. Yeah, I gotta make sure I got a hell of a surveillance system. Then I'm gonna get the ATD, the Ring doorbell. Yeah, Ring camera. So you bring 2026 technology into these places. Now these niggas could live like it's 1950 and they the Ku Klux Klan, but when they hit that property and think they gonna play, they on camera. And I got all the footage on my phone and in my devices, my computers. So a motherfucker pull up. Soon as you pass by that bitch, we taking pictures and camera cutting on. Soon as we any motion detected, camera start filming. So if you're driving past, there, I got you. And then I got a camera to just filming. It films when they see something. A motion camera, motion detectors. You pass by that bitch, lights coming on, bright ass light. Boy, I'm gonna put some real technology into that shit. Cause it's 2026. This ain't back in the day. So them niggas that's down there, that hillbilly shit, they think they could ride through and do the old school 1930 shit on my shit. Mm-mm. I had a police, boy. I had a police. I have all kind of motherfuckers pulling up quick for your ass. They be coming to get your ass, and you be thinking, but you know what? The police, they be connected with these niggas. So that's the tricky part. You call them niggas like, hey, I got some people out here and this and that. They like, oh yeah, this and that. Oh, they try to play it off like that, but really shit, the niggas who out there connected with the police, you know. So yeah, you just have to do your due diligence. You just have to do do your investigations and stuff like that. You have to just make sure that you have to check on the city. Shit, call the city, call the yeah, meet up, cause ain't nobody just gonna jump to nothing. I don't give a fuck what the price is, But like I say, it's some decent prices out here. It's some real good deals out here, And the 40 said, "Don't buy a $20,000." Well, that nigga said, "Don't buy an $80,000 car before you buy a house." So she's starting to make sense. And motherfuckers be like, "Oh yeah, why you ain't get no whip? Why you ain't get no car?" Well, it ain't meant for me to get no fucking car. It ain't meant for me to get no car right now. Not that I'm gonna get a car now. I'm gonna have hella cars, at least three or four of them, or at least two or three. A truck, a car. I ain't talking about no semi truck, but a pickup truck. Yeah, a pickup truck, a car, all that shit. Decent, new, cool shit, good deals. A couple of vehicles. Then I got my semi truck, right? And that motherfucker getting parked at that motherfucker getting parked at the house. If I got to bring my trailer, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get it in there. Well, hopefully I get something where a tractor trailer could come through there, 18 wheeler could come through there and get up out of it. It can come in and out. I can pull in, turn around, make a U-turn, and I can park my shit on my land. You know what I'm saying? Because truck stops, you shit, motherfucker going home for home time, and then you gotta park the truck at the place. You gotta park the truck somewhere else. Then you got motherfuckers breaking into trucks. You got dope fiends. You got motherfuckers crashing into trucks. Drivers that's drunk that don't know how to drive the trucks. They pulling out. They scratch. The vandalism. So and then you parking here. You catching the Ubers from there. You're going into you got to get back to your truck. You're networking from positions. Nah, fuck that. It's time now to be able to have some shit to where, what I'm saying, we pulling the big rig up to the house, backing that motherfucker in, whether if it's my rig or if I'm company driving with the rig, you know, or if I'm paying on the rig or whatever it is, what I'm saying, it's my shit or whatever. But if I ain't got a trailer and it ain't my trailer or I don't need the trailer, whatever, motherfucker, they can fuck with their trailer. But if I got the tractor, if I got the tractor, it's my tractor. Most definitely that tractor is coming to the house, you know. So by me having that big rig outside, it's gonna look like, oh, okay. They're gonna think it's a white boy, But that's just what they think. Once they get the word, oh, it's a black motherfucker over there with that truck. Oh yeah. But long, you never know if the neighborhood is, I don't know if the neighborhood is got them type of people in there. But they did have some shit in Michigan. Like I said, they had some in Michigan Um I seen today, and I was like, so I was born in Detroit, and I wouldn't buy no, so I really wouldn't buy no land in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like my great grandma house is out there right now. It's just an empty lot. It come with two lots. And it's just a plot of land. And it's on a regular street in the city of Detroit. And it's neighbors, there's houses around and shit like that. But it's just a plot of land. I think it's going for like 30,000. But even there, I mean, I could pull a semi up on the street, park it on the street, but you can't park that big motherfucker right there and the trailer. Like you're gonna take up a lot of shit. So it's like coming through there like that. So it's like, nah, you wanna have some big shit. You wanna have some property where, what I'm saying, you can pull some shit up, and really don't want no neighbors. Cause I really don't want no neighbors because I be watching these shows called Fear Thy Neighbor and shit like that. And I'll be just looking at how all this shit pop off, right? And when I was drinking, I would be up in here drinking, and my window is right here, right? So it'd be hot some nights. So I open my window because shit, I'm trying to get some of that motherfucking air to come through here and shit like that, right? But I might be rocking the show. So I might be talking, I might be playing music a little bit, or I might be on live. I might, what I'm saying, be cussing a motherfucker out on the phone or whatever. I'm in my own world. I'm having my own fucking conversation, right? And it's this motherfucking suck ass nigga over here next door, and I'm over here at this spot, right? But it's these houses is like right next. Man, these houses is like 5 feet apart from each other. Not even shit. You could spit. I could spit a Louis and spit on a nigga house. That's how close the motherfucker is, right? If a nigga drop a quarter out his pocket right now, I got my window cracked, right? But if a nigga drop a quarter out his pocket, or if a nigga drop his keys on the ground, I could hear it. If a nigga open his front door and close it, I can hear it. So this nigga listening to my conversation. He's ear hustling. He's gang stalking. He's watching me. He got a white bitch over there, but it's like nigga. But then he black. But then he's like all in my mix type shit. So when I'm over here going through the motherfucking shit and I'm talking and my voice scary and shit, right? So motherfuckers will come out like they going to work or whatever. This nigga here he come. He come out asking questions and shit. Hey man, you all right? And hey, you okay? And and all this whole shit. Like you listen to me like, bitch, get off my motherfucking line, nigga. So I hit niggas with the cold shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I hit niggas with the cold shoulder. I know motherfuckers be like, okay, he black and shit, right? But I talked to the dude before. They sent some liquor to his house and a birthday cake because I was asleep and somebody had to sign for it. So he called that nigga and was like, hey, can you get this order for me? So the dude had the order. They called me when I woke up. Was like, hey, go next door and get your drink and your cake or whatever. So I went over there. I got it. He was like, yeah, happy birthday, man. I was like, yeah, thanks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Dude, dude cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He got a white girl over there and shit, whatever. But like, nigga, I don't need you listening to me. I don't need you asking this motherfucking nigga, is he okay? And all that shit. Like I'm talking to him. Nigga, I ain't talking to this nigga. I'm a podcaster, nigga. I'm rocking shows, nigga. I'm in here rocking shows. You listening too hard. You ear hustle. You get the fuck out my mix, nigga. Focus on your own shit. But it's like you too close. That's way too fucking close. And it's like I don't want to be that. I don't think I really want to be that close to nobody really like that. But I wouldn't mind, having some property or shit, something like that, with neighbors spread far out. But then, even when you out there in a rural area, you will meet other people around in those areas and stuff like that. Like, I got some land over here. I got a house. Like, yeah, what's your name? You over there a couple miles down. You'll meet up. You'll meet good people, and you tie in. They're your neighbors too, but they so far away. Then you could fire your pistol. You could fire your pistols off in the yard. You know what I'm saying? You could hunt on your own land. You could set traps. You can catch coons. You could target practice because it's not the city limits. It's in a rural area, so it's like private. So if you busting shots, nobody even hear it. You know what I'm saying? If you out there target practicing, plinking and shit, bow, 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 in the back, but you so far away, and the next house might be Ain't no telling how many miles that motherfucker gonna be far away from that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. But then that's a good thing because you ain't bothering nobody. You ain't gotta worry about no motherfucker ear hustle, gang stalking and shit like that. And just that city shit, that peak, motherfucker peeking out the window, motherfucker ears to the street, ears to your window, looking at where the fuck what you talking about, eavesdropping and all that old bullshit. I call it gang stalking me, you know. I call it gang. I call it gang stalking. That's what I call it. But you know, anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it ain't that bad. But for me, I really like the fact that privacy and having a place like that and stuff like that. Cause shit, you can't even pull a semi truck up to um you can't even pull a semi truck up to a lot of these places. They got the homeowners association. They got the rules of the neighborhood. Then the police got their rules. Oh, you can't park a commercial vehicle on the city streets. You know what I'm saying? But one day I pulled the motherfucker up to my old spot, and I was sitting outside, and the place I was living, this hating ass nigga with his hog head bitch, and then they had a roommate over there, and it was a black bitch. So it was the black bitch, him, and the hog head bitch. So me and the girl pull up. We got a pint of Remy. I'm sitting outside, so I unhooked the trailer. I got the trailer across the street. Well, matter of fact, I uh I I hooked the trailer back up. I hooked the trailer back up. We maneuvered, we left, and we came back. Then I parked the tractor and the trailer in front of the whole. I parked the tractor and the trailer in front of the whole house. So me and her was just chilling there. So I cracked the drink. I cracked the drink. I took a shot. I think she took a shot. And then we was just chilling. But something told me to be cool because I already knew the nigga was in there was a hater. I knew his hog head bitch was a hater. So I was just on the alert. And my spirit told me, like, nah, nigga, this ain't cool. Hey, nigga, you surrounded by, I'm saying, some hating ass shit. So just be on your toes. At the same time, we got a load. This load got to go to Salinas or something like that. Well, I got some vegetables or produce or something like that. We running the we running the generator. I mean, we running the engine um on the trailer. We got a reefer trailer. So the refrigerator has to stay running. And I was like, can we just cut this shit off? You know? And she was like, she was like, yeah, you could. But I didn't know. But I knew that if I would have cut that refrigerator off and that product would have spoiled, we'd have probably fucked off millions of dollars worth of food or somebody else's shit just to have a truck out there to be quiet. So I went outside, I hit the reefer, and I tried to cut off the engine on the reefer because it was running. You know that motherfucker kind of loud, especially in the neighborhood. That shit is real loud at night, and that's the only thing that's making a sound. That motherfucker running and shit like that. So the bitch, I guess the bitch in the house, her and the hog head bitch had called the police on me and the girl. So something told me like, fuck that drink, nigga. Just sit in the driver's seat and just wait and just watch. Yeah, I really just wanted to just lay back because I was tired. I was maneuvering, I was grabbing shit, I was doing shit, I was in and out. I came to the city. And I'm just like, man, this is some bullshit. So I'm sitting there and shit. I'm looking at the thing. I see the police and shit. And then I see the police coming. So I don't let him knock on the door. I don't let him knock on the window. I don't even let him approach the truck. I jump out and rush him. But I wasn't drinking like, okay, you probably like, you smell like liquor or whatever. Like, no, I just took a sip. I just took a sip. So it wasn't like he could really, smell that I was drinking. He pulled up. He was like, yeah, man, what's up? I was like, what's up, man? He was like, oh, we got a call that you was sitting out here and this you got the reefer running, it's loud, and someone called and said, this is real loud and it's making a sound and it's against the law to really park over here, really. He was like, but what you could do is, that nigga say, he's like, what you could do is, he's like, you could pull around there to the school and you can park at the school in the parking lot. And I was like, what the fuck? Park at the school. So I was like, wait a minute. So you think I'm gonna leave here, take this shit over here by school and park over there by the school? I was like, ain't no fucking semis belong at no fucking school. But so we ended up wiggling and shit. I was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, we gotta get the fuck on. So, what I'm saying? I fired the truck up and shit like that. And I said, come on, man, let's go to Lodi. Uh Stockton? No, let's go to Lodi. Because Lodi was, yeah, Lodi. Is it Lodi? Is it Tracy? I think Lodi is a pilot. It's a pilot flying J out there. So I just told her, I said, fuck it, we gonna go to Lodi, man. We're gonna chill. But I think we went somewhere that night. Or no, we was wiggling. We was wiggling. We was wiggling that night. So what we did, we just got the fuck on. So as I was going down the main street from where the house was, and I'm traveling down the main street because the freeway entrance is down there. So as I'm traveling down the main street, I'm way like, I'm like 2 miles down the road or whatever. So he's he's already down there. He's already down there like towards the gas station and shit. So I'm looking at the nigga. I'm like, ain't that the cop that we just seen and shit like that? So I seen him. Then he seen the truck. He seen me. He seen me driving the bitch. So I just hit him with the horn. I just hit him with the horn. And he waved and shit. I'm like, okay, it's all good. I got on the freeway and then we just went to Lodi and just parked that bitch in the truck. We went to the truck stop and then just, where we were supposed to have been all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like all this city slicker shit, like that shit is just nonsense to a motherfucker. So sometimes it's good to have places like that and to have something to where you can go, like that's yours, your home. You can pull your truck up and get your equipment, you can get your shit, and you can do what you need to do and not be harassed by people and not have to, go through all this stuff, man. So that's what it's all about. Um, Napoleon. That's crazy. Van life ain't looking bad at all at 4 to 5K a month. Right. Um, now, yeah. Well, if you if a nigga have 4K a month, to pay for a studio in Frisco just to be like, well, I'm in Frisco. Like, but San Francisco is a place. There's so many people and there's so much money. It's like shit, nigga. If you sell dope in that motherfucker, like if you hoeing in that motherfucker, if you hoeing or selling dope, if you work, like it's money out there. So like in Frisco, like nigga, you can make 4,000 in a day. You can make 4,000 in one day in Frisco. That's kind of like what it is. But you got to know the game. But Frisco know the game, and Frisco know that's $1 million trap. Frisco's the richest city in the United States, I think. I think Frisco is one of the richest cities in the United States. So yeah, you gotta break yourself. You gotta break yourself when you gotta break yourself when you come through there, man. But then like I'm saying, like I'm saying, like I would never pay no $4,000 to live in no Frisco or no studio. Like hell no. I probably would live in the van for I give a motherfucker 4,000, but I ain't gonna be in the van that long. I'm gonna be in the van probably a couple months or something like that just to run some bands up and then I'm gonna make moves like Tom Cruise. But by me checking out those places and shit like that, I'm looking at shit. I'm looking at land, acres, property, lakes, water, rivers, and I'm looking at shit cost 20,000. So yeah, so before I pay a motherfucker for a full ball, what I'm saying, a month for some shit, I would stack it up. Yeah, I would stack that kind of shit up, and then I would just go buy some shit, try to go buy some shit. But the killer part about buying something like that, okay, when people buy homes, they be wanting a certain percentage, right? Like 10%, 25%. They want like a percentage of what the house is. So you can get a $500,000-600,000 house. A motherfucker tell you, go give me 50,000 down. 50,000 down towards $600,000-700,000, $500,000-600,000, and then they say, well, you owe on this house for 40 years or 30 years, right? Because that's what they do. Sell your house, they say you got to pay on it for 30 years straight. That's outrageous to me as well. Like, and then to pay you $600,000 for some bullshit ass shit that ain't even worth $600,000, and then it's surrounded by a whole bunch of other motherfuckers, and then you telling me that, saying this what it's worth, and then it's gonna take me my whole motherfucking life to pay for it. I ain't got no whole life to pay for no shit. I ain't got 30 years. Well, I may have 30 years, but I don't want to be paying for shit for 30 years. I believe I could easily pay off a home that costs 20, $30,000, $60,000, something like that. I could pay that off fast. I could pay that off pay that off in a year or two, you know? So, and the down payment. So what's the down payment on the home? That costs 20, you know, what, $5,000, $2, $3,000? Cause you can go give a motherfucker, but then if you do it like that, they gonna want some interest or something like that. So Shit, 20 bands. I believe if I was gonna buy something for a 20, I gonna cash it. I gonna cash the whole 20 out. Yeah, just take this because if you take the 20, it's no interest fees on that. But if you get the $20,000 property and you say, okay, let me put a five ball down, then they say, well, you owe 15. But with the interest fees and then the time, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be 15. It'll probably be another 20 something, or it's gonna be an extra something, some bands on top of that 20. So ain't no sense of paying more free money out to some shit when you could just drop that dub. You feel me? Just go and drop the whole 20 cash, flat out. Now give me my deed to my shit, to my property. I need paperwork, deed, and we going to the lawyer's office. We going to we notary, all that. Yeah, Republic. No, we with the shit. Yeah, we with the shit. So, we're gonna make sure that, what I'm saying, everything is taken care of. But a motherfucker ain't gonna just be manipulated or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey D, what's going on? D, I see you. Right. It ain't nothing. We just chilling. We was just up in here. I just thought I'd come in and, rock me a little show. I was talking about, when God, isolates you, the season of isolation, and the season of elevation and shit like that. So this is just a conversation on the strength of elevation right now. To have, clarity and stuff like that. And then to try to, do something, that's gonna make some sense, saying do something that makes sense, and then just like, like I say, me driving trucks and shit like that, um, motherfucker making that type of money, $3,000-4,000 a week, shit, nigga, you can go buy anything you want out here. I'm supposed to have land. I'm supposed to have a home. I'm supposed to have anything I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be tied into my campaign, who I am and what I do. You know what I'm saying? For a living. You know what I'm saying? The money is there. The access is there. It's just all about, okay, it's just what you want to do, something like that. But yeah, like I say, they had some shit for 60. They had some for 40 and stuff like that. You know. Now if I was to, get some shit for if I was to get some shit for, 60, something like that, I would want to pay the majority. I would want to pay a good down payment on some shit to where, okay, I just probably got a little bit left, because you might don't want to spend every single dime just like that. So you say, okay, motherfucker going for 60 shit, you might get a motherfucker with a 30 ball, what I'm saying, or a 40 ball. Be like, okay, I owe a dub. But shit, you pay the little dub off, because like I said, motherfucker making that type of money. That ain't nothing. That ain't no money. You can really afford to live if you can get out of these big ass cities, these high price ass cities, and get away from these high price ass areas. These people is like blood suckers and shit. They like blood suckers. Uh, all they do is manipulate people, get over what they say the price of living, and they say, you know, that's what it's worth and all that shit. But that shit ain't worth that. It's just they saying it's worth that. But it really ain't. They saying it's worth that, but it's really not worth that. It's just like who gonna be manipulated into trying to buy this shit, or who gonna be manipulated into going for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going for it because like I say, motherfucker can't pimp on me. I ain't gonna let nobody pimp on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let a motherfucker get over whatever. And I ain't paying no $500,000 for no chicken shit. Hell no, why would I do that when I can go get the fuck on and open up shop? Hell, my uncle moved from Detroit and he moved to Tennessee. I don't know where in Tennessee did he move, but he had a wife and he moved out there and he went with the bitch and he stayed for a little while and then he ended up dying or whatever. But he retired from Detroit, but he owned a house in Detroit. And he stayed out there for a while, but then when he met the girl, the lady, whatever, they got married, and then he wanted to. I guess he sold that property, and then he ended up moving out there and shit like that. But I never really tripped. But when I was looking at that place, I was looking at that app. Matter of fact, I posted on my post on this channel. The 10. I'll post the YouTube channel of the place that's showing all these properties. That way you could see it. And then they got the links where you could hit You could hit the hyperlink on it, and then it'll take you to the property to show you all the acres with the bedrooms, give you the details on on the place and stuff like that. And it's a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And they just popping up like, hey, we just posted this on June the 3rd. We just posted this one on June the 1st. And it's like all these motherfuckers is coming up. So I'm like, damn. So it's a lot of shit out here, And you could tell people didn't probably live there, a while back. They probably moved. Some people probably passed away, or motherfuckers probably, shit, the bank probably took it, or shit, I don't know where they coming from. But really, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Really like that, Cause I always been tricked and trapped up in this city shit, city slicking shit. But yeah, it becomes a time in your life where you got to take care of little business out here on these streets, man. So yeah, y'all, that's all it is. So look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna well, I'm gonna get up off of here, but then I'm gonna chill for a minute. What time is it? 6? Oh yeah, I'm gonna chill for a minute. Let me see. I don't know what they gonna do. I don't know if this nigga, he gotta go. I don't know what they're gonna do, but he gotta do. So I'm gonna sit back and see what that is all about or whatever. Today is a regular day, but if not, then, in a few hours we'll be back on here. We'll be throwing cards, and then like I say, after we throw cards, then I'm gonna, leave here. I'm gonna have an early dinner today. So I'm gonna have a dinner. I'm gonna have a daytime dinner because usually I eat dinner at night, not late night, but like later on at night. Probably be like 7 to 8. Usually I'll be eating dinner late at night like that. But today I'm gonna eat daytime dinner. You hear me? Yeah, I'm gonna eat me a daytime dinner, which allows me to eat and be able to rock a good show during the day, and then I'll be able to come right back, to this channel, and then we're gonna do what we do on this channel. Um, but like I said, we're gonna throw some cards, and then we're gonna kick some game, and then I'm gonna talk about a couple niggas too. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about me some niggas. Well, I don't have to talk about no niggas, but I might. It just depends on, it just depends on how I feel in the crowd and stuff like that. Because sometimes the crowd can hype me up. You know what I'm saying? And when a crowd hype me up, when a crowd start doing shit and they kick it, we'll kick off, kick off into these niggas ass on this internet. You feel me? Yeah, yeah. So like I say, I feed off niggas. See, you watch these sucking niggas on this internet. Watch these niggas channels. Look at my name. Look at my name in these niggas titles. Look how these niggas freely put my name in their titles. That bitch ass nigga in St. Louis. That rat face, mosquito face nigga, insect face nigga in St. Louis. Zanny bore nigga crumbs on the side of his lips, donuts and shit, chips and cookies and crumbs on his face. Bitch ass niggas. He good at that. He got a bad habit of doing that. A real life TV and real life TV. Not a bitch ass nigga in the van. He decided yesterday he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Real life TV and his sisters is all over there. And this nigga made 3 videos, and each one he put my name in his. He didn't add it, but he put it up there. Like I want them to see this. I want them to see I'm talking about him. Like that's something. Or he think I know this nigga don't think that I'm gonna do a video and put his name in the title and say, "Hey, I'm talking about him here." Like, nah, bitch ass nigga, you ain't get no shout out on my channels at all. Like I told you, niggas, break yourself. You gonna pay me, nigga, if you want me to put you up there, put your name up there and all that, so somebody can come take a look at you. Like these niggas be trying to do reverse psychology. They try to play psychological games and shit. They think a motherfucker like stupid, but niggas is really reaching for the stars, and niggas is really trying to uh you know niggas is trying to really come out and do what they do and whatever. But then that's fine, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, put my name on your shit. But all them niggas put my name up there on their shit and all that shit, talking and shit like that. But then, like I say, nigga, I'll do a video, nigga, I rock. Look, when I get through rocking shows today, right, we might be fully monetized on this channel. I could just go to my food channel and just go on and wake that up and get it going. Because we got about 1,500 watch hours over there. well, we need 3,000 to get initially monetized. So I only need 1,000 something watch hours just for the initial part, right? But like I say, with the food and shit like that, I could eat and stuff like that, and then we can kick game a little bit too, after the fact, and then we can stretch it out, until we get things to where they're supposed to be. Once they where they're supposed to be, then it's a natural thing. But I might just do a when I get off of here, I might just do a 3 card daily because I'm gonna be doing that too. So y'all be prepared for that. I'm gonna be doing a 3 card daily reading, and this is gonna be a daily reading for um it's gonna be a daily reading for everybody. But when I throw the 3 card daily reading, I'm gonna go straight traditional. Traditional cards would be the spirit deck. When I say spirit, give me something on. That's the blue and white. Yeah. So our daily readings will be with the traditional, or it may be with the ancestors. My hoodoo tarot deck. But be on the lookout for today's word, because like I say, today's word will be 3 cards every day. I'm gonna drop 3 cards, and that's gonna be something to be on the lookout for, because it's gonna be some information in there that you're gonna want. Because once I put it out there and whoever see it, then they can, because that's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. So we working, y'all. That's all it is. We working, man. Okay, real great conversation. No, it's all good, Pastor. I'm gonna be you know, yeah, I'm gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing this shit, man. We're gonna be doing this shit till the cows come home. You hear me? So y'all stay tuned to this real game, man. Stay down, y'all come up, man. I'm going one.